Hello, I am Sarah here with Yoga for Classrooms, and today I'm here to share a little bit more about one of our favorite tools at Yoga for Classrooms, the breathing ball. The breathing ball, which is also known as a Hoberman spear, is a really simple, engaging, and really powerful visual aid for teaching people of all ages about mindful breathing. So here's how you can use the breathing ball. So our favorite way to use it at Yoga for Classrooms is really simple. You just use it as that visual tool to help you as you breathe in, watching the ball expand, holding it at the top, and then as you exhale, slowly bringing the ball back to its smaller form. So the breathing ball is just that perfect visual cue to help you slowly expand the ball with that inhale and then slowly close the ball on that exhale. We usually recommend that students do about 3 to 5 of those and really match the movement of the ball with their breath. It is a really good grounding, calming technique that can really help the nervous system, calm the nervous system. It helps that paced breathing. And of course, the visual is a really good cue for the breath. Sometimes when we try to take slow inhales and exhales, we go a little quicker than we mean to. And so having the visual and kinesthetic cue can be really, really helpful. So we like to use this when we're teaching breathing to help with that self-regulation. Sometimes we use it at transition times, or like we said, in those grounding moments that we need some grounding and some regulation, some anxiety reduction, those types of things. So there's lots of ways you can use this in the classroom. Of course, as I just said, it can just be a tool for students who need to take those 3 to 5 grounding, calming breaths. It doesn't take a long time, but the visual cue can make those 3 to 5 breaths a lot more meaningful. A couple of other ways you can use it. We have lots of classrooms that use their breathing ball to start the day. They pass it around in their morning meeting and let everyone take one of those deep breaths, or maybe even taking it together with only one breathing ball, but everybody with their hands on their belly taking those deep breaths. That's a great way as just a daily routine to start the day, or same thing at the end of the day as a daily routine to end the day can be really powerful as well. Sometimes we use the breathing ball with our other mindful moments, like if you're doing a imagination vacation from our Yoga for Classrooms card deck. Sometimes we like to end with a really good deep inhale and exhale, and so we can use the breathing ball combined with some of those. All sorts of ways to use it. Another way I love to use it as an educator is as a way to let students lead. So we always had a breath leader in our classroom. When we would have students in my class, I would have a breath leader, and that person was the one who got to guide the breaths with the ball. Of course, the breath leader changed from day to day, and so everyone got a chance to be that leadership. But of course, this helps promote leadership and ownership of these regulation strategies. We know when we give students some ownership over it, it's so much likely to be impactful and meaningful for them. Another way I used this with students was with mantras. I love mantras. If you're not familiar with mantras, I will talk more about mantras in another video soon. But those mantras or positive affirmations pair really nicely with our breathing ball. So we might do something like, on the inhale, as we take our deep breath, we inhale, I am calm. I am calm. And then on the exhale, we might do some sort of mantra like, I am ready to learn. I am ready to learn on the exhale. So, kind of adding that verbal cue along with the visual cue can be really powerful. So again, paired with mantras can be really neat as well. And then another way I loved to use this was teaching the science behind it as well. If you've heard me talk much about mindfulness with students, you know that I care deeply about teaching our students to understand the brain body connection to this work. We want them to understand why breathing makes a difference, why mindful moments help them. They're so much more likely to utilize them on their own if they understand the science behind them, if they understand the why behind them. So often, when I would introduce the breathing ball, I would explain how deep breathing affects the brain and impacts our brain and reduces our stress and activates the parasympathetic nervous system, and all of those types of things. So, when you combine the breathing ball with that science, the ball becomes a really fun tactile tool to make this abstract concept a little bit more tangible, and a little bit easier for them to understand depending on the age and developmental level of the students you're working with. So, I hope that that is helpful as you think about how you could use the breathing ball in your classroom or with the young people in your life. These are great to have at home, in the classroom, in the car, who knows, anywhere you could have them. You can get them on the Yoga for Classrooms website and add them to your toolbox and your students' toolbox today. So, hope that's helpful on ways to use the breathing ball, and we look forward to connecting with you again soon. Thanks so much and have a great rest of your day.